Yes, the session is being recorded. Okay, can you guys hear me very well? If you can hear very well, can you please raise your hands? Perfect. All right then. You can lower your hands now. I just double check it. That's fine. Thank you very much. Okay, as we're saying, we need to know what is a left tail. We need to know what is a two tail, and we need to know what is a right tail. Also, we must remember that what we learned about the test statistics, the formulas that we learned about the statistics last time, and also how to get the p-value. These are very important concepts, things that we need to remember. The example I'm going to give you now is just going to be just a basic example, generic example. So, oops. So what they're not going to give you on Thursday after class, I will give you some more example that are related to real life situation. But right now, and I'm going to start with just the basics. So that way we can get the main idea, and then we'll know what to do and what to say. Suppose somebody make a claim saying that the mean of something is less than 38. Okay, just generic question. So that, we might probably say that the average sale price of a product is less than $38. Or if you want to use it on something else, you can say the average pound of such of a product is less than 38 pounds. So it can go to any place. So that's why I said this is like generic example. Assuming that sigma is known, and then you get a sample of 30 of those products. So the mean, which is the sample mean, is about 35, for example. And the standard deviation of the sample is 11.0. As you can see, as a sigma is known, this is basics one. So the example will look like a little bit more heavier, more related to real life situation. Did I answer your question? Why not for me to make you understand the question, or to make you understand what we're doing? I'm just using generic examples, just very simple, so you can see the idea and then apply the concepts. So what we have, because we say that the mean is less than 38, the symbol that represent less than is this one over there. So the claim will be then mu is less than 38. Based on what we learned last class, the hypothesis setting will be something like this. For HO, you're going to have mu greater than equal to 38. And for H1, you're going to have mu less than 38 or 38.0. As you can see, the claim belongs to H1. Okay, the claim belongs to H1 because we have less than. And the alpha, besides I didn't give you any alpha, so by default it's going to be 0.05. I want to ask you guys a question. Let me just ask you the question right here. This test will be Can you answer this question based on what we learned last class? I'm still waiting for a few more people to answer. Okay, so I'm gonna share the response that you guys tell me. Based on what the poll say, 25 of you believe that is a left tail, 4 of you believe that is a two tail, and 3 of you believe that is a right tail. So what I'm gonna be doing, you can just press the X button to lower the poll. As you can see carefully that looking at H1 is pointing to the left. It's like an arrow pointing to the left. So always have to look at H1. So therefore, this is going to be a left tail. Okay? So not a right tail, it's not a two tail. Let me just see if we start to have any confusion in the future. Now, I think we talk about like 7 steps. After step number 3, we say there was something called the test statistics, which goes like this. I'm going to say number 4. So it goes like this: z sub 0 is equal to the x bar minus the population mean divided by sigma over the square root of Fn. And I want to point out something, that I did say sigma is known, but I didn't give you a specific value for sigma. Therefore, what you need to do is, because I didn't give a specific value for it, but I say that it is known, so you're gonna always assume that in that case it is equal to the standard deviation of the sample, if I don't give it to you, which is equal to 11.0.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So sigma is always equal to the S value if they give it to you, but if they tell you that it's known but it's not specifically said?
Yeah, yes. By default, you're gonna say that, you're gonna assume this is a sigma. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now, what I'm gonna ask you is to do the following thing for me. So we say that the sample mean is 35.0. And then minus the population mean, which is 38.0. Everything divided by 11.0 divided by the square root of 40. I'm asking you now to use your calculator and find the answer to that expression. So we want it to be at least 2 decimal places. So I'm going to use your answers. Thank you for the answers. I'm going to use your answers to work it out. So I got a 0.34. So let me just add them, so people can see what we done. 3, 4, 4. So make sure you put it to decimal places. I'm going to round yours. as what Ari gave me. Hold on, give me a minute, please. Okay, guys, I noticed that you do the top and bottom spreading. Yeah, I see that you keep working on. That's really nice. So I'm just giving you some more time in that still then. I mean, if you guys unmute yourself, you can also talk to each other. I just want to let you know that. Okay, guys, before everybody starts chanting the right answer, so this is the right answer, negative 1.72. So you need to work on your computer, I mean, not calculator skills. Okay, so we did this formula before in class, so probably you have to go and review it. Okay, any questions? Can I keep going? The answer is number 3. Okay, are you guys able to see the poll? Open the poll, it show you the answer. So if you open the poll, you're gonna show the answer. However you wanna do it, that's good. So now, let's keep working. So assuming the answer is negative 1.72, which like we said earlier, negative 1.72. The last step, no, not the last step. Step number 5 will be to get the p-value. So I don't know if you remember how we p-value last class using the chart. We noticed that we are having a left tail. So which formula can we use to find the p-value? Which formula can you use to get the p-value based on the chart that I gave you last class? You can always look at it right now. If you open a new tab, you can go into the file that I sent you. Or if you already saved it into your computer, just can open it now. So how do we get the p-value? Okay, nobody say anything, so I'm gonna help you out. Let's go back to last class. Okay, I'm gonna show you now. If you go back to my last note that I sent we did in class, okay, so you go to the chart, the p-value right here. Okay, this is the chart that we're using right now. We're doing a left tail. That's what we're doing right now. We're doing a left tail. Or this is the formula to find the p-value. It's right here. If you are doing a right tail, this is the formula. If you are doing a two tail, it's depending on whether the z naught is negative or the z naught is positive. Each one of them give you a formula. That is short. Do you remember that formula, Deborah? Do you remember that chart? Deborah, do you remember the chart? Okay, but if you miss last class, the notes are available for you online as well. You can put it from D2L. Okay, and also the recording, you can also look at it. So this is the chart. So based on that specific chart, what can we do over here? What would it be the p-value? How can we write it down? Anybody? Let me just remind you again. This is the chart that we're using. This is the p-value. And then one say one tail and the other side say two tail. Using a, okay, thank you, Adam. So that will be p of z less than z of 0. So let's go back to the question. That will be p of z less than z sub 0. That's how we get the formula. The z sub 0 in this case is negative 1.72. Thank you. Yeah, right. So I'll say right here. This is negative 1.72. This is the formula we're using the chart, the figure 2.1. That's a left tail. That's how I got this formula, and then this is how much you got for the p-value using the z table. Thank you very much. So now, this is my question to you. So let me just type it in for you. Okay, try to answer that. Let's see. What is the poll? I guys put the same poll that I send you.
No, I don't see it.
Okay, let me do it over again. we go. Okay, before everybody start getting the answers, this is the poll so far. 10 people say nothing, 22 people say to reject HO, and 3 people say do not reject, and 1 think is inconclusive. So I'm going to close the poll. Thank you for your participation. So let me just go back over here. As you can see, if we compare the p-value and the alpha, the p-value is 0.0427, is less than 0.05. Now because it's less than 0.05, you're going to have to reject HO. Reject HO. Okay?
Can you repeat that again, professors?
If the p-value is less than alpha, you're going to have to reject HO. If it's bigger than alpha, you fail to reject HO. Let me just remind you from last class what we did, the formula for that. Is right here. If the p-value is less than alpha, you're going to reject HO. If it's more than alpha, you're going to say fail to reject HO. Are we good? Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, when they're going to give you the claim, okay, you have to figure out the rest. Okay? So now, the next thing to do is to make a decision. As you can see, we decide to reject HO. That's our decision, is to reject HO. Because we reject HO, we're gonna be, oh no, that's the one class. That's the one that's right here. Because we say reject HO, we're gonna be on the first column right here. Now remember that the claim was with H1. Just remind you all of it. The claim was with H1. That's why we're over here. Because the claim was with H1, so I'm going to be on the second row. From the second row, you see the first column and the second row, you hit this guy right here. So my conclusion will be we have enough evidence to support the claim that the mean is less than 38. That will be the way to do a conclusion. So because we reject HO and the claim was with H1. Okay? But the question I would like to ask you guys, based on that conclusion, is the statement false or true? Let me just write down for you the question. Yeah, this is section 8.2. So you can just, you don't need to really worry about the book. You have to follow my notes. So let me just type the question for you. I did have a poll right there. Just finish the poll. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, for some reason I got disconnected. I don't know what happened. The test is fine, but for some reason I got disconnected. So sorry about it. So let me just to give you the new poll. So based on the conclusion that we just did, what do you think the assessment was? Was it true or false? Okay, let me just show you this one so far. So yes, it is true, because we did say that the claim is, that's mean we say that to reject HO, and the claim is of H1. That's mean this is a true statement. Okay, because you have two alternatives, either is HO or H1. Because you say to reject HO and the claim is of H1, that's step H1. So therefore this is true. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is for you to, no, it doesn't mean it's automatically true. That's the purpose of the next example. So try to do this example on your own. Okay, I try to reverse situation and give you a new generic example just like that. H1 necessarily means that it is true. Okay, so I'll start this step for you. and I want to see if you guys can try to do it. I'll give you 5 minutes. It's 22, so by 27 we should be done. Okay, go ahead. Yes, it could have the same situation be some differences. So I'm just asking you to do it in a different way. Yes. Can we look at the same thing? The same, you have to do the same thing that we were doing before. Just like we did, for example, find the claim, the hypothesis, the alpha, the statistics, the p-value, and cut that for decision, just like we did before. Okay then, so as you can see, the claim will be what? This one saying the mean is less or equal to 38. Less or equal to it, this is the symbol that we use for it. So therefore, I'm just going to put 38 over there. And I'll repeat the same thing on both sides. The hypothesis is 38. So 38. So as you can see, the claim here belongs to HO now. The claim belongs to HO. Now my question will be now, is it going to be a left tail or a right tail or a two tail? What will you guys say? It's going to be a right tail because the arrow is pointing to the right side. That'll be a right tail. If you don't see the arrow, it's right there. See, it's pointing to the right side. Now the alpha will be 0.05 because when I look at my problem, I didn't give you anything for alpha. Now the test statistics. What did you guys find for the test statistics? The only other part was to find the test statistics. Yes, we always look at the H1. So the test statistics will be negative 1.72. Okay. And how do we get the p-value now? You can add the chart that I sent you last time, or the figure that I sent you. Alpha is 0.05 whenever it's not given to you. It's by default. It can be anything else. Okay. So why do you guys find it? How do we get the p-value? That's the question I need to ask. How do we get the p-value? Looking at the last class, the chart I sent you. Thank you, Nicole. So the p-value will be 1 minus P of Z less than negative 1.72. Okay, because this is a right tail. Okay, again, I'm just writing up for you. It's 1 minus P of Z less than C sub 0. Okay, because it's on the right, it's a right tail. So this gonna give you 1 minus, I think it's 0.0. We did find it earlier today. Once again, 0.0427. And then at the end, you're gonna have 0.9. I think it'll be 95. 7, 3. That's your p-value. Now, the criteria for this you're missing. we do have the p-value here and the alpha, which is 0.05, and then this is 0.9573. Now my question to you, are we gonna reject or fail to reject HO? Would you reject or do not reject HO? Yes, because the p-value is greater than alpha, we're gonna say do not reject HO. Do not reject or fail to reject mean the same thing. Now, because I say do not reject HO or fail to reject HO, I will be, yes, because it's greater than. That's what the definition say. I will have to be in the second column. We say fail to reject HO or do not reject HO mean the same thing. Remember that the claim was with HO. The claim was with HO. Let me remind you. Right here, we did say that the claim was with HO. See that? We did say that right here. So therefore, my conclusion will be that way. This one over there. This is where both the column and the row meet with each other. Okay, so my answer will be we do not have enough evidence to warrant the rejection of the claim. That the mean is less than or equal to 0. That was 38.0. We can say warrant, or we can say support. Okay. So now my question to you: was the claim true or was the claim false? Okay, probably you guys don't see the idea. Let me give you a small question. Probably that will help you. Okay, let me just do it here. Give me a minute, I'm writing the equation. Give me a minute, I'm coming now. Okay, so look at that equation. Okay, I'm gonna stop the poll here. Thank you for most of you who answered the question. This is the poll, answer the poll. In fact, although most people say it is not guilty, based on what I wrote over here, it means that it is guilty. So only 4 people got it right. Because the idea is that they say the court couldn't find any evidence. They couldn't find any evidence. If you read it carefully, they couldn't find any evidence to support the rejection. They could not reject the idea that OJ killed his wife. So therefore, because they couldn't find any evidence to reject the idea that OJ killed his wife, therefore OJ is guilty. That's the idea behind that. Okay. So to answer our question here, because you say failed to reject HO, but the claim is with HO, so therefore it is true. We cannot reject HO, and the claim is with HO, so therefore this is true. So that will be a true statement. All right. So now, what I want to point out to you is that there are couple exercises, and right here, just like this one I just did in class with you right now, that you can practice. And then on Thursday, I'll go over some of them if you have any question. Like number 3 is similar to the one I just did. I just use basics. On Thursday, I can provide you more exercises to do. As of now, I was just going to go the way I teach it to you. Got number 4 and then number 5. So go practice this one, and then I'm going to upload the I'm going to upload the notes for you right now. So go practice this one, and then let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna give some practice on Thursday, but right now I want to go over the notes. Use the notes to practice whatever I did with you today. Okay, so you got 3 exercises that are in the note that I want you to do. On Thursday, I'll go over some of them. Okay, so let me share them right now. Let me just upload them right now, so you can have access to it. Is there any question I can go over if you have any? Any question I can answer in the meantime? Okay, so if you have any questions, you can go ahead and log out, and then I'll see you guys on Thursday. Welcome. You too.
Hello, Professor. Yes, actually, I do have a question. It's Debbie.
What happened?
Yes, I do have a question. It's Debbie. So it's alpha always 0.05?
What happened?
Is alpha always 0.05?
No, if it's not given to you, it's gonna be 0.05 by default.
Okay. And then my
if
other.
I will send you on Thursday, there will be something that didn't have 0.05.
Okay. Okay. I do have to go over the notes of last class again, but and then I was thinking it's. Let me see. So when we were given the information, S is as equal 11. So that S will be the standard deviation, right?
Yeah, if I don't give you a specific number for the standard deviation, and I say it is known, then you're gonna have to use this value. Okay? Are you with me?
Okay. So in the formula where we have to find out what's Z0, we have to use S as the sigma symbol,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, we're gonna use the value for S
Okay,
is
that's
the alpha of sigma.
okay. And it's just pretty much just plug in the number, and then whatever you find, just try to look it up in the form in the table, in the Z-score table, and then that will
Yeah.
be the p-value, right?
Yes. The p-value, I'll just send you a chart for the p-value. You can use the chart.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Chantal, you have to use the Z table. Okay? Yeah, the same Z table that you have in class, yes.